Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another Soul Gaming Sunday stream. This week I'm playing some Pocket Paragons, game designed by Brian McKay. It is this really cool two-player asymmetric, very quick card battler type game. There's a lot of really kind of cool things about it. It is quick, it is asymmetric. It's kind of like a Magic the Gathering or like Keyforge type, one-on-one dueler. But the thing that's interesting is it's a lot quicker than either of those games by far. And you don't really have a deck of cards. You only have like a hand of 2, 4, 6, 7 cards. Well, I guess this one actually starts exhausted, but 6 cards. So there's really not much. You don't really have a deck of cards. You just have a hand of cards. And you're just going back and forth. Each player starts with 10 health, and you're just trying to take the other opponent out, either by completely diminishing their HP, or there is an execute kind of ability that's like, if this thing happens, you just instantly kill them no matter what their HP is. But yeah, I have the Origins box is what I'll be playing with today. I believe this is the very first box. It comes with, I think, 10 or so of these Paragons, these different characters, and what's really nice is it comes with a solo mode, which is what I'll be using here today to actually play it. It's a pretty straightforward solo mode. Yeah, and I'll kind of just start going through all of that, and yeah. So got the little rule book here. It's not too much going on, so I'll just kind of skip through the rule book, kind of talk about it and some of the rules and stuff like that. So Paragon cards, I guess I could talk about these first. So these are for the different Paragons. You can see here they have a difficulty. So there's either 1, 2, or 3 stars, depending on how difficult it is to play. That doesn't necessarily dictate how good they are. It's just how difficult some of the strategies are, like cards to combo and whatnot. The affinity is their like key ability. And then there's also like a summary down here. So this Quintin, who I will be playing first, is the Guardian. So it says play defensively and wear your enemy's offense, then punish them when they are vulnerable. So that's that. Then all the other cards, I guess, are called ability cards. I actually didn't know that, but they have a symbol up here. They have their name. They have a number in the center, which if it does, not all cards have that. You see like this one doesn't, but if they do have that, that's how much damage they do. And then the card value, card effect is what's in this white box. And then finally, at the very bottom, it has its counter, or what it counters, which I'll talk about here in a second. But as you can see here, there are a bunch of different types of these cards. And I like to kind of think of it as like 2 separate groups. So you have the fist, the book, and I forget what they all have names. So we actually call them the strength, intelligence, and agility cards are kind of their own separate thing, which I'll talk about here in a second. You have this ultimate card, which is kind of like what it sounds like. It's your character's really big ability that they can do. It starts out stored or exhausted, kind of just out of play for now. So I'll go over these 3 cards. So you have this red card, which is your weapon. Your character's weapon. Most of the time it'll do some damage. This one just does 1. It says if your enemy played an intelligence card, it gains +1 attack. And then this card at the bottom has the execute ability, where it says you defeat the enemy player if they play their rest card. So if you happen to play this the same turn your enemy plays the rest card, then you snuck up on them while they were resting and you just executed them. So that's how you kind of end the game. One of the ways besides depleting HP. So that's that card. You have a basic, every class has a shield card. So it lets you block damage, block all damage, and then it'll have some extra effects. So this is like, if I block damage, heal 1. Pretty cool. And then the rest card lets you ready all of your abilities that are stored, and you also gain an energy. This rest card always is pretty much in your hand. It can never be like exhausted or stored. So those are those 3 cards, and now I'll go over these 3 cards. I didn't really note this earlier, but as you can kind of see, all of the characters have these same 7 types of cards, but they all have different like names and abilities and whatnot. But like the actual card types is the same. This paladin also has a strength, a intelligence, and agility card, has ultimate. So it's the same type of cards for each deck. I call it a deck, but it's not really a deck, just their hand of cards. Yeah, so for this Quintin the Guardian, I have this Shield Bash ability, which is one of his main abilities. It does 2 damage and then has a hit. So pretty much what it sounds like. If this attack does damage, if it does at least 1 damage, I can exhaust my shield to do +2 attack. Pretty cool. Got my Concussive Blow, which is my agility, which just does 1 damage on hit. Enemy must exhaust an ability. And then Vigilance, which is pretty cool, it has the stun effect, which is kind of in parentheses right there. Probably a bit hard to see. It says if you counter an enemy ability, they exhaust it. I'll get to countering here in just in a second. This also says heal 2 and ready your shield. Pretty cool. So all 3 of these have this counter ability at the bottom, and countering is a pretty significant part of this game. It pretty much works like a mini rock, paper, scissors type thing. And I'll grab this little chart here. You can see it's kind of like a circular this counters this, but is countered by that. This counters this, but is countered by that. So each thing counters one thing and is countered by another thing. So it's basically, you could think of it like a little mini rock, paper, scissors type system built into the game. So if I play Shield Bash, that means if my enemy played an agility card, the blue one, I would counter it. Now, what does countering mean? It's pretty straightforward. It just means that you don't play the card, so it goes back to whoever's hand it goes to. And then also whoever does the countering, in this case, it would be me, I would gain an energy, and that's it. Countering is super good, and like I said, it's a pretty big part of the game, and that's kind of how it works. So it's pretty straightforward, but yeah, it can get annoying when your stuff gets countered when you're trying to like set up a certain play. And that is pretty much it. Like, the rules are pretty straightforward. The game plays pretty quickly. I guess I have this whole box here of characters that all have different ranges. Let's see, there's a decent amount of 1 stars, there's a couple of good amount of 2 stars, and then there's like a couple of 3 stars. So I'll honestly probably play through most, if not all of these, because these games do run pretty quick. I'll probably play each character at least once or twice, and then, you know, at some point I'll also probably change out the bot I'm playing against to show you how to set that up. But it's pretty straightforward. I guess I'll explain this real fast. So the AI solo mode has this extra card here. And so there's these numbers on the side of this card that tell you what cards you need to form their little deck here. And this deck will be dictating what cards they use. And they also have a little exhaust priority. So like my 1 card said they have to exhaust something. That's where this exhaust priority comes in. And besides that, that's pretty much it. There's not too much that's actually different from the solo mode. And I guess we could probably just hop right into it and start playing. So like I said, the ultimate ability does start exhausted. Maybe I'll like do something like that. Discard like sideways and right there, just so I can still kind of see it, but maybe I'll actually... I don't know. Now I don't know how I want to set up this stuff. Because it's nice to be able to see what your opponent has in the discard pile. Okay, maybe I'll do something like this. Okay, and then I'll just start playing them like overlapping, like going this way, something like that. It's not the best. Maybe I'll switch it at some point. And before, when I was playing, I had all the enemy cards laid out on the table, and then I was just like rotating them to exhaust them. There's probably a bunch of different ways you could do this. I'm doing this way just so it's probably a bit, the camera is a bit more zoomed in. I just have more room to work with. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So Quintin is pretty defensively focused, and his shield bash ability is real good. I can basically do 4 damage in 1 attack, which is not bad. Especially at the beginning of this game. I could block. They're pretty likely to block also. I kind of want to do shield bash right off the bat, so I think I will. I'll start with that. And let's see what they play. So it's pretty straightforward. They're blocking. So you just work top down and go with the first option that you can. So they are blocking. So they're playing their shield. So I can exhaust that. They're playing their shield. So it says if you block 1 damage, they either heal or deal 1 unblockable damage. So they deal 1 damage, bringing me down to 9. My shield bash was blocked. And also, since it didn't do any damage, I don't get to do the hit effect. So that's that. I gotta do something similar with my discard pile, like something like that. I don't know. Doesn't need to matter too much. Okay, so they played their shield card. They dealt 1 damage to me. Well, I will probably play my vigilance card. See how that goes. Hopefully decently. Move this around a little bit. I just want to reorganize this just a smidge. That doesn't really need to. I don't like how I have this set up right now. Can't really see any of the cards in the hand. Okay. I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so I'm playing this. Oh, that's mainly because I just wanted to move this stuff over. So I actually have room to play these next to each other. And let's see what they're playing. So they are playing their agility card. Boom. Which is unfortunate because their agility card does counter my intelligence card. So this bounces back to my hand. It's not exhausted, but I don't get to play it. And because of that, they also gain an energy. Then this says they deal 2 damage. And then if they are not dealt damage, they would heal 2, but they're already at max health. So that's good for them. Okay. And this is their card, so that goes over there. All right. Not off to a fantastic start, but that's okay. Well, now I know I could play this without it getting countered. And that's why seeing their discard pile is pretty important, so you can kind of plan out like, well, I know I could play this and not get countered, or I think I just will do that again because I want to. I don't even need to ready my shield. Honestly, you know what? I'm just gonna rest. Oh, they might execute soon. I hope they don't. That'd be awkward. Let's see if they do though. Please don't, please don't. Okay, we're good. Yes. So they're doing their intellect card. Messing up my little board here. Okay. And then let's see. So nothing's countered. They would do. This has stun and vulnerability. So if it was countered, it would be exhausted instead of going back to the hand. But doesn't really matter. And this lets them heal for 3, which they're already at max health. I am resting, so I gain 1 energy, and all my cards ready up. So everything goes back to my hand. I guess I didn't explain energy really earlier. Energy is just used for your ultimate ability. So at the bottom left there, it says ready and some energy number. So that's what energy is used for, is using your ultimate. All right, maybe this is gonna be predictable, but I'm going to shield bash. Let's see what they do. They're only down to 3 cards, so they might be resting soon. Okay, no, they're going shield. We're fighting fist with fist. So we're both dealing damage. So I just resolve theirs first. So they're dealing 3 damage to me, bringing me down to 4. I have not hit them once yet. And then that goes there, and on hit, they can ready up their shield, which they are going to do. And then on my turn, I'm going to deal 2, and then storing my shield to do an extra 2. So I'll be doing 4 damage total, bringing them down to 6. Exhaust that, and let's see, what do they have left? They do have a shield now. I'm going to take a gamble and think they're going to try to rest soon. So I'm going to try to go for the using my weapon and try to execute them. Let's see if that was worth it. It was. Because look at that. They tried to use the fist. They couldn't. The intellect, they couldn't. So now they are going to rest, which they rested while I was busy hunting. And that's game. GG Paladin. Watch how quick this is to reset. You put all the cards back in their hand, reset the dials, shuffle their deck. Takes like less than 30 seconds to reset, which is pretty awesome. Takes a little bit longer if you want to like switch out the AI characters, but besides that, it's pretty quick to reset. I'll be done in just about now. All right, new game, new me. Let's see how this one goes. I mean, the last one wasn't going too great, but I just got a pretty good execution in there. So let's see if I can do a little bit better this time. I think I'm gonna try to rest earlier because my ultimate requires 3 energy, which is kind of a lot. I would have to rest twice or counter once or counter twice and rest once. So I'll be trying to counter a bit more, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna start out with the Shield Bash. So their card, we both started out doing the same thing again. I Shield Bashed, they blocked, so that means they're dealing 1 unblockable damage to me. My hit ability doesn't go off since I didn't hit. Then I guess maybe I'll use my, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll use my shield. Like I say, at this point, they're gonna attack, so they're using their sanction. So if you are not dealt damage this round, heal 2, block damage, heal 1. So, okay, my thing doesn't, well, they didn't heal because they're at max health, and now I'm at max health. Great. So now I know they can't counter my intellect if I do that, but I think I'm gonna try to get a quick rest in, actually. So let's see what they are doing. So they're using their fight or strength ability. So they're dealing 3 damage, and then since they did hit, they will be readying up their shield ability back to their hand. That's exhausted. The rest goes back in my hand along with all of my cards, and I get an energy back, which is pretty nice. New round for me. I guess I'm gonna Shield Bash again. I actually want that to land at one of these times. It would be nice. So they are going with their intellect, which of course will be countering my stuff. Of course, that's annoying. They gain an energy from that, and then also they heal for 3, but they're already healed up. Also, because that card had the stun ability, since they countered, it doesn't go to my hand, it goes over here to be stored. Kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? So, okay, what are my options? Dang, I really wanted to try to Shield Bash. What did they use? So I need to know they've used all of their abilities. I do want to heal. I have this card that can heal my vigilance. So maybe I will start with that. See what they do. So they are, see, they already played all of that. So they are resting. Okay. So they're resting. So let me resolve that first. So they get an energy up to 2. All their cards go back to their hand, including the rest they just played. And then this deck is shuffled. Pretty straightforward. Boom. Okay, so, and then my thing goes off. So I heal up 2, so I'm back to 9 health. They're still at 10, but at least I'm at 9 now. And then this is exhausted. Okay. I'm gonna block. Sounds like a good time. They are also blocking, so we're just blocking each other. A whole lot of nothing really happens there. That goes over there. I just want to try to counter something. Maybe I'll try to use my concussive blow, see if I can hope they play their intellect card. They are not, and of course they're playing their strength card, which counters mine. They've countered so much this game. I don't think I've countered once yet. Maybe I have. But they counter that, so then they get an energy. And then that hits, so they deal 3 damage. I'm down to 6. And then the hit ability goes off, so they get their shield back. Okay, I think I'm just gonna rest. Oh, they're using their ultimate ability. So this will use up all of their energy. It says block all damage dealt to you this round, deal unblockable damage equal to the amount of damage you blocked, which I was just resting. So that was a big old 0, and they kind of just wasted their ult. Sucks to be them. Up to 2 energy now, and all rested up. They still have their shield, so I'm kind of worried about that. So maybe I'll try to do my healing ability first. We'll see. So they're doing their agility ability, which is going to counter mine again. That's like, what, the fourth counter in just this? Probably third, at least this game. So that goes back to my hand, and they get an energy, and they do 2 damage. And since they aren't dealt damage, they would heal up 2, but they're already at max health. It's not good. I need to just try to execute them if I can. I think that's my only really hope here. But you know what? I'm gonna go for the shield bash, even though they're probably gonna just shield. Yeah, they always know. This is AI knows. Every time I'm gonna shield bash, they always play their shield. If you block damage, deal an unblockable damage. Okay, so I'm down to 3 health now. Not fun. At this point, what count? I'm gonna play my concussive blow just in case they play their intellect card. So maybe I can do some countering. That would be kind of cool. No. Okay, they're playing their weapon, just Dawn Hammer. So down to 2 health, and I dealt 1 damage to them. They must exhaust an ability, and they just lost the game there. Do you see that? Because they have to exhaust an ability. They're going to exhaust this because it's the only one they can exhaust. And that means next round, they have to rest. They don't have a choice. And look at that. I have a weapon. And that's why you don't want to save your rests to the last card, because it's just, if your opponent has a weapon, you just lose. So sucks to be them, but that's what happens. And that's another game. Death by execution. Again, man, we haven't gotten through a full game of just whittling down the HP. That was close. I mean, I was only at 2, but not quite enough for them. So I think I'll do 1 more, and then switch characters, because I think this will be my 3rd game. And then I don't know if I'll do 3 for every character. I at least want to do probably 2 at least. I don't know. Just kind of winging it here. So let me exhaust this, place these down here. Reset the dials, and reshuffle the deck. But yeah, as you can see, this game is real quick. And especially, like, I mean, if I wasn't playing solo, then I guess I still wouldn't, there's not really decisions to be made, but I still have to do like the upkeep for this, which does take a little bit of time. But especially if you play with people, or it's like someone that knows the game, like both people playing know the game. Yeah, I can see how this can actually be played in like 3 minutes to 10 minutes-ish. The box advertises 3 to 15 minutes, which is, I would say, surprisingly accurate. I don't think I've ever had a game go more than 15 minutes, because either HP is going to just dwindle or someone's going to get an execution in. So, okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go for the first turn shield bash. They're probably going to go for the first turn shield. Let's see what happens. No, finally. Okay, we're just punching each other with our strength cards. So I'll resolve theirs first, even though technically these resolve simultaneously, but whatever. So that's that. They would ready up their shield since they did hit, but their shield is already readied. I do mine where that goes off, and then I can exhaust this to do an extra 2 damage, bringing them down to 6 health right off the bat. Good start. I took a bit of damage already too, but it's all right. So my shield is also gone already. So I almost want to use my vigilance and then probably rest. So let's see what they do. That's good. That's really good. Because they're blocking. They didn't block any damage because I didn't do any damage. I played this, so mainly so I could heal. The healing 2 is good. And then also I will ready my shield, which is helpful to have. I think at this point I am going to rest. Mainly my ultimate's pretty expensive. I could try to counter, but nah, I think I'm just gonna go for the rest. So they are going for this one. They're, what was that? The agility card. See, they're dealing 2 damage. It's bringing me down to 7. If you are not dealt damage this round, heal 2. So they're back up to 8. So they're now back in the lead as far as health points go. I am resting up, so I get an energy and cards go back to my hand. I have my ultimate in hand, but it takes 3 energy to play, so I need to wait a little bit longer. I guess maybe I'll play this to hopefully try to counter if they play their intellect card next, because then I could really use that extra energy. And what are they going to do? They don't have that. That's exhausted. That's exhausted. So they're resting. Interesting. So I hit them for 1 damage, and then yeah, then they would exhaust something, but it wouldn't matter because it's at the end of the round. They ready everything back up. So oops, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Just kind of wasted that a little bit. So they get an energy. I reshuffle their cards, and we move forward. I guess the rest needs to go back in their hand as well. Sure, these aren't off the screen really. Okay. And that is exhausted for me. So I feel like they're gonna go for their shield bash again, but not their shield bash. I want to go for the shield bash. I feel like they're gonna go for their shield and block me. Nope, this time they were playing their strength card, but wouldn't you know, my intellect card counters their cards. So, and since I have the stun ability, it doesn't go back to their hand, it's exhausted. I gain an energy for properly countering, and I heal 2 health, bringing me back up to 9, which is pretty nice. I will take that. So then, what do I want to do? I think I want to go for the shield bash. They still have their shield card, which they'll probably play, but let's go for it. Yeah, they're playing. Well, do they have the energy to play their ultimate? No. Then yeah, they're doing their shield ability, which sucks, but whatever. So they're blocking damage, so they can either heal 1 or deal 1 unblockable damage. I'm gonna go with they probably are gonna want to heal 1. Seems like the better option. I don't really know. And this didn't do anything since I didn't actually hit. At this point, I think I'm just gonna rest again, just so I can get that energy to do my ultimate ability. Hopefully they don't try to execute me. Nope. But this ability is so annoying because not only do they do 2 damage, bringing me down to 7, if they are not dealt damage, they heal 2, so they're back up to 10. That card is gone. These go back to my hand as I rest it up to 3 energy now. I think they can't block my ult, they can't counter it, so I'm going to do it now while I have a shot. So they are playing their Dawn Hammer. So I block all damage dealt to me, I lose all my energy, so that's down to 0. And then I do 4 damage to him, bringing him down to 6. Not too bad. And then I exhaust this, and I got to use my ultimate once, which is, you know, it's fun. It's their ultimate, so... Okay, what counters intellect? I'm going to play this to try to counter their intellect if they play it, but they're probably going to rest here soon, so I want to be ready for that. But there we go. See, they tried to play that. Counters right back to their hand, so I will gain an energy for that. I also do a damage, and they're in a bad spot because they have to exhaust something. They're going to exhaust their intellect card because that's the exhaust priority. And now they're in a tough situation because wouldn't you know it, they only have 2 cards in hand. Only one of them they can play. That's a rest card, and I happen to have my weapon still right here, waiting for this guy to just take a nap. And I'm gonna do this, and they're gonna do that, and they're gonna rest, and they're gonna get executed. And that's that. GG, Mata the Paladin. It's no match for Quintin the Guardian. There you go. That's some Pocket Paragons. First couple matches done. First Paragon run through the gauntlet. Well, I shouldn't call it the gauntlet because there actually is a game mode called the gauntlet. That looks pretty cool. There's a gauntlet mode, but I haven't tried it yet. I guess I didn't also mention this, but with the AIs, there's also a challenge mode. So there's just each ability, or each Paragon has an extra little bit of text that you can just read to add some extra challenge, I guess, which is pretty neat. So I'm gonna keep playing against the Paladin for now, mainly because I don't feel like getting a new character out quite yet. I don't mind playing against the same character a little bit more. So let me get all of that, reshuffle this, but I'm gonna switch up my character to someone else. I've been playing this guy for a while now. Go into the little box here. And the box comes with these nice little dividers with like the names and how difficult they are. It's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna play this character. This one's pretty fun. Sadoh, the Ocean Queen. Pretty cool. So their whole thing, their basic character, their main ability is their Queen's Wrath. And their description is shut down opponents with blocking, healing, and taking away their powerful abilities. And yeah, my I guess I can skim through my abilities, so I get these kind of in order-ish. So like rest, you don't really need to go over. Okay, so we got my Turn the Tides. My intellect ability deals 1 damage on hit. If you started the round with less HP than your enemy, I heal 2. Pretty sweet. I got Riptide, 1 damage, and on hit, for each ability that has been banished this game, heal 1 damage and deal 1 unblockable damage. I'll talk about banishment here in a second. The Queen's Wrath, so it does 3 damage. On hit, I choose an ability symbol. The enemy plays an ability with that symbol next round. I deal 2 unblockable damage at the end of the round. So really pretty fun card. Got my weapon, Vice Grip, deals 1 damage and block any damage dealt by weapon abilities this round. I have Imprison, my shield ability, it lets me block. All shields let you block, but then if I do block damage, I heal 1. And then finally, my ultimate ability, Royal Decree. It costs 2 energy, block all damage dealt to you this round. Pretty nice. And if the enemy didn't play a rest card, I banish the ability they played this round. So that's where banishing comes in, is I can slowly use my ultimate to banish cards, which are just more or less removed from the game. And then that will make my Riptide ability more powerful. So I want to try to get my ultimate online as soon as possible. So I'm going to probably rest like turn 2. I was going to do it turn 1, but I'm going to try to get a Queen's Wrath out first and then rest pretty much right after. You can rest turn 1 if you want to, and I've heard that's a decent strategy. I think some people use, but I think I'm gonna go for the Queen's Wrath and see how that goes. So let me scoot this over a little bit, something like that, so there's more room. And let's get this show on the road. Let me kind of arrange my cards a little bit, something like that. And let's see what they're doing first. So they're playing their fight card, which unfortunately is going to counter. They're countering me right off the bat, so that goes back to my hand. They gain an energy and are dealing 3 damage to me. Ouch. It's kind of rude. All right. Well, now I know they can't counter me, so I'm gonna do it again. Let's see if they play their... Oh, they can't counter me, but they can block me, and block me they did. So that's blocked. And since I blocked, they can heal, which they don't need to, or deal damage. So now I'm already down to 6. This isn't going too hot. I'm gonna rest. Let's hope they don't like do early execute. No, we're good. Okay. So they are using their Beacon of Light. So they are healing 3. It also says stun and vulnerable. They're already at max HP, so I get all my cards back since I rested. Also go up 1 energy. I'm gonna once again try to lead with Queen's Wrath just because I want to get some damage off. What do they have? Maybe I actually want to try to counter what they have by playing my Turn the Tide. That would also be good because this heals me. If I start the round with less HP than the enemy, which right now not doing too hot, so I could definitely use that. Let's see. Boom, boom. They would play... Oh, no, they would play this. Wait, did I look at that wrong? I looked at that backwards, didn't I? I'm gonna play it out. I meant to play the fight card, the strength card. I'm an idiot. I played right into that too. So they counter that. They get energy. They deal 2 damage. And if they didn't, if they weren't at full health, they would get 2 more health, which is great. Good for them. But they only have 2 cards in their hand, so they're in a bit of a predicament where I'm gonna attack. And let's see what they're doing. Are they gonna attack? If they attack, I block it. If they rest, I win. Let's see. Nope, they are resting and they get executed. GG. I didn't even get to use my ultimate yet, but that's okay. We'll reset and play it again because I do like this Ocean Queen character. She's pretty cool. I do like the banishment ability. It's really fun, especially depending on what card you banish of theirs. Does make a bit of a difference. But all right, well, let's restart this all. Let me get this all reset back up. Drain their energy. Give a little bit of shuffle to their cards, and we'll be up and rolling again. I just love how quick this plays and how fast it resets. It's pretty simple solo mode to run, and I think the solo mode does a pretty good job at I don't know, emulating an actual battle. It's not perfect, and you can kind of game it after a while, but it does do a lot of decisions where it makes you think like, okay, this is like they're doing this on purpose, but obviously it's just a deck of cards. But I'm gonna do my Queen's Wrath. They're probably gonna shield it. Yep, I should have. I don't even know why I tried. I should have just expected that, but I should have just rested turn 1. So now I'm dealt damage. Okay, well now I'm resting because I'm just getting annoyed at this point. They're probably gonna like early execute. No, they're just doing this. So they're dealing 3 damage. I'm down to 6. They're readying up their shield. This gets exhausted. I get an energy for resting. Cards go back to my hand. I'm gonna Queen's Wrath again since they can't counter and they could still block, but hopefully they don't. Good, we're just both using our agility cards. So they're doing 2 damage to me. I'm already down to 4. Finally though, I get some damage on them. So they're down to 7. Their ability doesn't happen. My hit ability does, so I can choose an ability symbol. The enemy plays that symbol. They're dealt 2 unblockable damage. I'm gonna say if they play their shield, they're gonna get dealt 2 unblockable damage. Let's hope they play their shield now. Nope, they're playing their rest. Okay. So I deal 1 damage, and then since I did hit and I started the round with less HP than the enemy, I get 2 health, which is pretty sweet. And then they're resting up, so they get an energy. They ready up all their cards, and I have to shuffle the thing. Shuffle these cards. Currently, we're tied up at health and energy. That's interesting. Do need to try to counter something they do or do something to get more energy. Actually, you know what? They're probably going to shield this round, so I'm just going to rest. Maybe that's a terrible idea, but I'm going to do it. No, that wasn't. I don't know if it was a good idea, but I did it. So they're doing 3 damage, so that brings me down to only 3 health. Not great. I did rest though, so all these go back to my hand. I gain an energy. And I'm gonna use my ultimate. I don't care. I'm probably gonna make them lose their shield, which would be good, but then it wouldn't block any damage. Yep, see, look at that. I knew it. So they play this. I didn't get to block any damage, but their shield is gone. Never will they block one of my Queen's Wrath again. So that is first card banished. Maybe I could have put it upside down up here or something. I don't know. Okay. Then I will play Queen's Wrath because they can't counter or block it at this point. So it will hit. Yes. Wait, are they just... Yeah, they're just resting already because, yeah, they don't have any of the other... They can't play their ultimate. That's banished. That's exhausted. So they're resting. So I deal 3 damage. And then I choose a symbol. They play that. Bad stuff happens. I'm gonna go with their smite card. If they play their smite card, that's 2 damage to them. And then that goes up to 2 energy. Since they rested, I reshuffle this. So yeah, if they played smite, they'll get dealt 2 damage. And I don't think I lowered my energy after doing the banishment, but I needed to do that. Oops, my health is off the screen. Maybe that's not like a good spot for this tracker. Maybe I'll keep it there. I just need to keep a better eye on it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do my Riptide now because that's like the main ability that works with my banishments. So they are playing their their ultimate. They're playing their ultimate, so they block all damage dealt to you and deal unblockable damage equal to the amount of damage you blocked, which is just 1, but that's not good. So I'm down to 2 health. They're only at 3 though, so they just used all of their energy. Those both get exhausted. How can I deal 3 damage the quickest? Well, I'm gonna do this and hope they don't smite me. They didn't. I looked at this backwards again. I don't know how I keep looking at these backwards. No, they're countering me. Yeah, that sucks. They get an energy from that, and they kill me. They would heal 2 damage and kill me. Wow, the AI actually won for once before I could execute them. Okay, well, that's fair enough. It's a shame. They countered me a lot, but it's just how it goes, I guess. So reset this and play it again. I want to do a little bit better. I want to try to get a game where I can at least do the banishment twice. That'd be pretty fun. And then that Riptide ability, whatever, would be pretty powered up. So let's see if I can pull that off, and then maybe I'll switch off to another character. 10 and 0. Both have our ultimates exhausted, so I think we are good to go here. Place that like that. Quick sip of water. All right. New game. Let's see how this goes. I am going to first turn rest because they're probably got first turn shield. There it is. I'm getting better at this game. Let's get their shield out of there. I'm resting, gaining an energy, getting my ultimate already back. They can't block. They can counter, but I'm going to play Queen's Wrath to try to get that out before resting again next turn. See how that goes. They are playing their fight ability, which is going to counter my Queen's Wrath. Of course it does. They always counter my stuff. I'm getting salty. And then they're dealing 3 damage, and they ready up their shield, because of course they do. Well, screw you. I'm playing Queen's Wrath again. Yeah, you can't play your stupid thing. And they would play Beacon of Light, but then I countered them. So then I do 3 damage, and I name a symbol, and they'll get dealt 2 damage as they play that symbol. And I'm definitely going to go with shield. So if they play their shield, they're getting dealt 2 damage. And now I have 2 energy, so I could play my ultimate. Let's see what they do. They are playing and losing their sanctions. So I blocked the 2 damage they dealt to me. Since they didn't play a rest, that card gets banished. So I'm just gonna put it once again kind of like upside down up here. Those are the banished cards. They went to the upside down. And then that's that for that card. The one thing I don't know is if that ability fully activates or not. Because it says if you aren't dealt damage this round, heal 2 damage. I don't know. I banished the card though, so I'm gonna go with no, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so that counters this, so I could play that, but that wouldn't actually do anything at the moment. I'll do the Riptide ability. Well, I am gonna do my shield. How about that? Let's see what they play. They're playing their Beacon of Light ability. So they didn't deal any damage, so my shield was kind of useless. And then they heal up 3, so they're back to 10. Not good. Okay, well, I'll use my Turn the Tide card. Let's see what they're doing. Not that. That's exhausted. That's banished, so they're resting. Dang it. So I deal 1 damage, and then since I started the round with less HP than the enemy, I gain 2. Bring me up to a cool 9. That gets exhausted. They're resting, so they get an energy, get all their cards to their hand, and shuffle their little deck. All right, let's see if I need to get another, what's it called? Ultimate off, so I can get 2 cards banished, because then they would be in a really bad position. See, I think I'm going to rest. I also don't want to just leave it till I have just 2 cards. So they are shielding. That is ideal. So they waste their shield essentially, and I rest up, getting an energy and all my cards back. I almost want to rest again. No, I'll use my Queen's Wrath. I like this card. Does 3 damage. It's good. They're using their Dawn Hammer, so they're doing 1 damage to me, and I'm doing a 3 damage to them, bringing them down to 6 HP. Also can use the Queen's Wrath ability to name a symbol. They can't play that symbol, or they take damage, and I will say their Fist ability. Their Smite, yeah. I'm going to rest. Well, yeah, I'm gonna rest. They're playing their Fist ability. I just said don't play that. I just told you not to, and they did. So sure, I'm taking 3 damage, going down to 5, but you're also taking 2 damage because Queen's Wrath. That's exhausted, but since they did hit, they ready up their shield. And then I'm resting, so that comes back, and I gain an energy. Now my ultimate's ready again. I'm gonna go ahead and use it because there's a chance they could play their ultimate and I could block it and banish it, which is pretty fun. And if I could do that, that would be a good position to be in. And there we go. I don't know if there was an ultimate earlier that I missed. No, I didn't. This is happening. They're playing their we're both blocking all damage, so there's no damage being dealt anywhere. The mind says if your enemy didn't play rest, banish the ability they played. So they just lose their ultimate. Man, if this was a real player, I would be mad if I was them. Like that's a crazy move. I didn't even think that's something you could do, but I guess you just can't remove the rest cards. You could also banish someone's execute their weapon, so then they can't execute you. That's kind of cool, but you have to, time it out. Oh, this is fun. Now I got 2 things removed. So now, and they can't, or they could block my Riptide if they play their green. What if I just play Queen's Wrath again? If they play their Intellect, they're going to be not good position. That's banished. They're playing their Intellect, which is just what I was saying. They play that. I counter it, so it goes back to their hand. I get energy. I deal 3 damage, bringing them down to 1. And I choose a symbol. I'm going to say if they play their shield, they will get extra damage. Let's hope they play their shield, because that means I just win. Yep, they play their shield. They block damage. Even if they were to heal back up to 2, they still take 2 unblockable damage from Queen's Wrath, taking them out. That's the first game I've won with actually getting someone down to 0 HP, not just executing them. That was fun. I think I'm going to end on that one for this character, because that was fun. I managed to banish 2 cards, and one of them was their ultimate. That's pretty sick. Okay. And maybe I'll also switch up. I'm going to switch up both characters. So I'm going to switch up mine and the AI character. So this will take a little bit longer, but it doesn't take that long to do. So let me put this character away. And let's see. Let me grab all of this stuff. Put that there. The solo. Reset the dials. set up here in a second. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna choose the Guardian character I was just playing as who the AI will play as next. So I'll put that there. I get the cards out first. That there. Ish. Get this to kind of line up. Okay. At 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Set that up there. Something like that. This goes here. And the new AI is all set up. Yeah, I'm not going to go over their abilities because you've already seen them. I was playing this guy earlier, so they have all this. Why does all this look crooked? I swear my camera's like crooked. Okay. And who am I going to play as next? I'm just going to keep going down the line and pick the very next character, who is the Seris, the Pyromancer. So maybe I'll play them like right there. Let's see how quickly go over their abilities. The rest I don't need to go over. Save the ultimate for the end. Like saving these. Okay, so their agility ability card is Scarring Cinders, does 2 damage, and enemy can't heal this round. I have Chaotic Flames, does 3 damage if the enemy played a rest card plus 2 attack. Pretty good card to have, especially saving towards the end of their hand when they're starting to run low on cards. There's a better chance that a rest could be played. Burning Grass deals 1 damage. It has the Pierce ability, which I don't think we've seen yet. It says if this ability is countered or blocked, deal 1 unblockable damage. I have my Immolate Shield ability that if I block damage, deal 1 unblockable damage. I have the Spark of the World Flame weapon that deals 1 damage if the enemy played an agility card plus 1 attack. And then finally, my ultimate ability is Disintegrate. Only costs 1 energy, 3 damage. So pretty kind of a basic ability, because especially like it only does, I say only does 3 damage. I mean, it's not like that's not a lot, but my Chaotic Flame also does 3 damage. So I don't know. Seems like maybe not the best ultimate, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, they're 1-star. Yeah, their intellect card is their best. And yeah, their description is burn your enemies with massive damage and punish their healing. The one thing about this, most classes have some form of healing. Pyromancer does not. So you really gotta burn them to the ground as quick as possible if you're really trying to get this win out. So let's go ahead and get started. And I think this Pyromancer character is probably one of the best characters for this. I'm gonna rest. First turn. My ultimate only costs 1 energy to use, so I'm gonna first turn rest. Hopefully they first turn shield. They first turned executed. I didn't even know that was a possibility. They just beat me on the very first turn. Well, I guess this is a quick reset. That goes back to my hand. That's embarrassing. Let's just act like that didn't happen. I'm gonna put this back on top. I didn't even realize that was an option for them, man. Well, let's retry this. I'm gonna do the same thing. First turn rest. I guess they were anticipating that. Let's hope they don't do it again. That'd be really awkward. There we go. They're using their shield ability. That's kind of what I was hoping for. So then that means this time I actually rest and gain an energy and do all the rest stuff. Get my hand a little situated here. They already used their block, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use my ultimate because they can't counter it, and then I can do other stuff. So they're playing their Vigilance, so they just would heal 2. So I think they would just take 1 damage because they took 3 damage, then they healed 2 damage. So I think it kind of balances out. And then they would ready their shield, and I lose my energy. So that is that. Hello there, KDK. Happy Sunday. Games is going pretty good. We're already, I don't even know how many matches I've done. I think this is like my 6th or 7th game. They're pretty quick, so I've been kind of flying through them. Yeah, this game is pretty cool. Been having fun. Been liking the different characters and whatnot. So just slowly trying to figure them out a little bit more and more as I play along. But yeah, no, this game's pretty fun. So the Disintegrate kind of didn't, well, it did good, but like, we dealt 1 damage. It's not enough. I'm gonna do my Chaotic Flame. They could counter it still. That's fine if they do. I mean, not really, but I'll live with it. So they're playing their weapon. Interesting. Oh shoot, and their weapon has this ability that if I play an intellect, they deal extra damage. So I'm down to 8 health. They use that. I played this, so 3 damage to them, bringing them down to 6 health. I put this over there. All right, what next? What next? I'm gonna do maybe the Burning Grasp. Could do, no, I want to save the Spark. I will do the Burning Grasp. I don't think they're gonna rest yet, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, cool, this is good, because they're using their shield. This is gonna be kind of weird. So they block the damage. If you block a damage, heal. But then I have Piercing, so that deals an unblockable damage, so they don't heal. So they just end with the same amount of health. Okay, cool. So I did that. They don't have many cards left. They have 3. I'm gonna go with this Scarring Cinders card. See what they're doing. They are playing this Shield Bash, which unfortunately does counter my card. So they gain an energy for countering my thing. Then they deal 2 damage. Since that's it. Their shield ability is already exhausted. Okay. I'm gonna hope they rest and try to execute them. Let's see if that works. It did not. But it still worked out because I'll get extra damage off on them. So I deal 2 damage. They dealt 1 damage. And I also have to exhaust a card. It doesn't matter. Put those all off to the side. We're both resting essentially next round, so nothing exciting there. Grab all my cards back to my hand, throw my rest back in here. Back to 1 energy so I can use my ultimate ability again, which is always nice. And let's see, they're resting, so I gotta shuffle this. They gain their energy and they're resting, so all these go back to their hand. All right. Kind of sort of organize these. Okay. So what am I gonna do? They could block, which I don't love. So maybe I'll start with Burning Grasp in case they try to shield, and then maybe I'll use my Disintegrate next round to deal some decent damage to them. They are doing their Intellect, which I believe does counter mine. And since they countered it and it has the stun, it doesn't go back to my hand. It's over here exhausted. They also gain an energy for countering, and they heal too because of their ability. Good turn for them. Must be nice. I'm gonna do my Disintegrate then. I hope they don't shield. Oh no, this is maybe even worse. So we're both using our ultimate. So they blocked all damage I did, which is 3. I wasted all my energy. Then they're using their ultimate, so they're dealing 4. So I'm down to 1 health. They're still at 6. They're out of energy as well. Okay. Yeah, I can't heal, so this is not a good position to be in. I guess I'll use my Chaotic Flames and just try to burn them down while I can. Oh, that was smart on their part. Yeah, they just played their weapon. There was nothing I could really do there. I guess I probably should have shielded, that would have bought me maybe another round, but I guess not, since, yeah, they dealt a damage. I only had one, so that's a loss again. Have I won yet with this Pyromancer? I don't think I have. I'll try this one more time. I'll be honest, out of all the characters, Pyromancer might be my least favorite. Just because, I don't know, their ultimate doesn't seem that great. They don't have any healing, which is fine, but you just gotta really do a lot more offensive stuff. And if your offensive stuff gets countered all the time, then you really don't get to do anything. And then that's no good. That back up top, reset the dial. I'll probably do this last game with the Pyromancer and then switch my character. Exhaust that over there for them. And get their hand a little situated here. Okay. So, I don't know if I want to do the first turn rest. I'm kind of scared of that now. Maybe I'll do Chaotic Flames and then rest. That seems like a bit of a better option, maybe. Okay, they played Fight. I countered it. Good start. And I deal 3 damage. So I will gladly take that. Then I will rest. Let's hope they don't do an early execute. No, they shielded. That's what I wanted to see. So they kind of just waste their shield then. And I rest up, so cards go back to my hand. I have my ultimate at this point and an energy. They don't have a way to block it, so I'm gonna go ahead and disintegrate them. They're playing their sword, their weapon, so they're dealing 1 damage to me. And I'm dealing 3 damage to them, bringing them down to 4 health already. Ultimate is done, so I lose an energy. Put it like that. That goes like that. Okay. So I'm gonna use my shield because they're probably going to be attacking this round, doing some nonsense. Shield bash. Too bad I blocked it. And since I blocked damage, I deal an unblockable damage, bringing them down to 3 health, putting me within striking range if I play my Chaotic Flames, but they could counter it. I'm going to take the risk though and hope they don't play their agility card. And they didn't. So, I'll do theirs first because they're going to heal 2 up to 5. That's exhausted. They ready their shield. So that goes over here. Then I deal my 3 damage, bringing them down to 2 health. And then that gets exhausted over here. Boy, oh boy. 2 health. Well, I could do this, and they can't block that. So unless they shield, I just win. They did shield. My thing says enemy can't heal this round. If you block damage, heal this round. So a whole lot of nothing happens. Oh, this is always a good situation for me to be in because my weapon does bonus damage against agility cards. So even if they don't rest, I'll still do a little bit extra damage. So I think it's game either way at this point. Because I win if they rest, I win if they play agility. Because yeah, agility, they go here. They deal damage to me, and since they played agility, this does 2 damage. They only have 2 health. And the Pyromancer wins. There we go. I still had 8 health left, so I was a lot quicker that round. I think I had a better strategy also of like, the first turn resting seems like a good idea, but they also can first turn execute, so that's only fair. Okay, that was the Pyromancer. So let me put them back, reset the board here a little bit, even though it's pretty much reset. Grab these. So I'll keep playing against the Guardian for now. I'll just keep going through the box of characters and going to the next one. Yeah, there's some neat characters, and yeah, so far there's a couple of boxes of this game so far, and I think each box has I think 10 Paragons, and most of them, I think they said that like each of the boxes. They try to have like a variety of like 1 difficulty, 2 difficulty, and 3 difficulty. So there's like a couple of each in each box. But yeah, some of the other boxes look real cool. Like some of the newer expansions, the Aegis one I want to get. The Acquisition Incorporated ones are pretty cool because instead of the energy meter, it's like a level meter. So you're like leveling up your characters. So there's some cool expansions that add some cool stuff. Oh, that was the last 1-star character. We're already on to the 2-star characters, which I'm going to be playing the Assassin first. So let me skim through the Assassin stuff here in a second. Get a quick sip of water. Okay, so we have the Assassin. Advanced difficulty, their affinity is their agility card. That checks out. And their description reads, combo your attacks together, surprise your opponents with a second execute. So, their agility card is Eviscerate, does 2 damage, and it has the Vicious ability, which says if you counter an enemy ability, this does double damage. Which is pretty sweet. Hydrate, right? Oh, okay. I just hydrated, but thanks, Stream Elements. The hydrate reminder for all you out there too. Y'all need to stay hydrated. So that's my agility is Eviscerate, which is pretty cool. That yeah, if I counter something, double damage. I have Vile Poison, so it deals 1 damage, and the next round your damaging abilities have +1 attack. So Vile Poison plus Eviscerate, if you can combo those, is pretty sweet. Backstab, also pretty nice. Deals 1 damage, has a pierce ability, so if it's countered or block, deal 1 unblockable damage. I have the Vanish Shield, so has a normal defend, and then next round your damaging abilities have +1 attack. Have the Blood Chris Weapon, so does 1 damage, and if the enemy played a strength ability, +1 attack. And then finally, Grim Finale. So it's my ultimate ability, 2 energy, and it's an extra execute. You needed the reminder. Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. It's important. I'm glad now that reminder is kind of working. I think I'm slowly figuring these reminders and bot things out. I was doing some testing earlier with some of the Stream Elements and Streamlab bots, which seem to be kind of mostly working. I don't know. I still have to mess with some of the commands and whatnot, but I was testing like, because there's like a point system where you get points for just watching, and then you can do stuff with the points. So I haven't really added anything yet, but you can gamble the points, which is pretty cool. I don't know how to view the points. I haven't figured that out, but yeah, if you do ! Gamble, I was testing it earlier before the stream, and it seemed to work. I lost the points I had, but it seemed to work. But that's the Assassin, so let's go ahead and play. So 2 energy to get that. So I want to try to get that soon, but it seems like mainly I just want to keep trying to combo stuff with my Eviscerate, either my Vile Poison or my Vanish, trying to combo those and get the Eviscerate going. So I will start out with Vile Poison and see if that's the route that I should be going or not. Let me kind of organize my cards, something like that. So let's see what they're starting with. So we're going both intellect cards. So they would heal to, so they just don't take damage. And the next round, yeah, my damaging attacks do +1. I'm gonna play this. They could counter it still, but hopefully they don't. They did. That sucks. They counter it, they get an energy, and they do their shield bash. And yeah, they always pretty much will exhaust their shield when doing the shield bash. So they deal 4 damage to me. That's so fun. That's so fun. Okay. Shield bash is gone. Well, now they can't counter my eviscerate, but now I can't eviscerate, so that sucks. I'll do this. What are they gonna do? A concussive blow. So I block the damage with my vanish, and I'll deal an extra damage next round. Yeah, I'm gonna go Viscerate, because either I'm gonna deal 6 damage. No, it's gonna be 3 damage, because I'm not gonna block anything. Or I could try to just weapon them, but I think this is more fun. So let's see, are they gonna try to stab me? Well, they just lost the game. That's GG's. Because they played that, they deal damage to me. I have an extra damage, so I'm doing 3 damage to them. Not bad. And then they only would have 1 card left. So that sucks for them, because they only have a rest and I still have my weapons. So they would play that, I would play this, and they get executed. GG, the assassin wins. Okay, well, okay. The assassin's interesting. I like the comboing of like the Vile Poison and the Eviscerate. I think it's kind of hard to time the Eviscerate, but I guess I really do need to only play it ideally when they don't have their fight ability, so they can't counter it, and then they don't have many abilities left besides their intellect, so I know that's probably what they're going to play. I guess that's kind of what I need to do, but that's easier said than done. Put their cards back over here. Reset the dial as we fire up another round. All right. New round, new me. So I'm gonna do Vanish first, actually. I don't think I did the Vile Poison, I'm pretty sure, last time. Cool. Okay, this is good. Good start. They're gonna play that. So next round, my damaging abilities will have +1 attack. I block their damage, so that's good there. Then I will play... I could play Eviscerate, but I think I actually like Backstab a little bit better, because they're probably gonna play their shield. See, there it is. I want to do +1 damage. Well, it does +1 attack. Which I'm pretty sure, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that only affects the main number. Yeah. Because I don't know if it affects the Pierce ability too. I assume not, but... So they block damage, so they heal 1, but then I deal that, so it all cancels out, I guess. Okay. Then I guess I'll rest. Hopefully they can't execute because I just rested. They are shield bashing, but luckily they don't have their shield to shield bash, so they're just kind of bashing me. And bringing me down to 8 health. I am resting, so all my stuff goes back to my hand. And I get an energy. They played their card, and what do I want to play next? I'm gonna hope for good RNG that they don't play... Wait, what do I want them to play? I want them to play their green card? No, wait. I want them to play their blue card. Yeah. Oh, I saw that card. Okay, well, let me shuffle these, but... okay, they are playing the blue card, so that's good. So, blue card gets played. They hit, I block. My Vanish allows me to deal extra damage. Then I will play Eviscerate. So I'm going to hope they play their green card next, because if they do, I'll be dealing 6 damage in 1 hit. There it is. They play a green card. Not only do I do 6 damage, I also counter it, so I get energy back. And it goes back to their hand. And I deal 6 damage in 1 attack. That was pretty well set up. I don't mean to brag, but worked pretty well. And then I just win. Because I have 2 energy, I could play my Grim Finale. No matter what they play, they lose. So... they play their rest, and they get executed by the assassin. And that's another game. Easy. I'm liking the assassin. Yeah. Slowly understanding it. All right, we'll do one more at least with the assassin. We're doing on time. I'm not even an hour and a half in yet. Oh my goodness. Time is just flying. I'm smoking through these different characters. I'm already at the 2 stars. There's a couple of 2 stars. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 2 stars and 2 3 stars. So I might be able to get through all of them. I don't even know if I've played the 3 stars yet. So we'll see. Maybe I will, but it might just go pretty poorly. We'll see. Get these all sorted out, and when we play, yeah, we'll say this is my last game as the assassin. I also need to reset the dials. Cool. We're all ready. All right, so I'm going to switch up my strategy. I'm gonna go back to Vile Poison opening this time. Let's see how this works out. They are shielding, of course. I guess I should have shielded too. They shield, they would heal, whatever. I still do get the ability though, because it's not on hit. So next round, I do still get double damage. And I'm just gonna go for the Eviscerate. I'm just gonna take a gamble and hopefully they play their intellect card. They don't, but that's okay. I will still deal 3 damage to him, bringing him down to 7. They deal 1 damage to me with their weapon. Eviscerate goes over here. I'm gonna go ahead and block whatever they're doing next because I don't want to deal with it. They're playing their shield bash, so they would exhaust their shield if they had it. But it's already exhausted, and then I'm blocking the damage, so pretty nice. And then I guess I will try to backstab them. So those are all, so they're resting, okay. And I deal 2 damage to them because I had the +1 from my shield. They're resting, so that goes here. This goes back to their hand along with all their cards. Super simple, and then they get an extra energy. So right now I still have 9 health, they have 5. Looking pretty good. They do have their ultimate in hand, and I did give them their energy, I think, right? I hope. I don't think they've countered any of my stuff this game. Yeah. I guess I need to rest because they're about to execute me if I'm not careful. They might still. No, we're okay. So what are they doing? Their shield bash. That's annoying because they do have their shield ready, so they can do a shield bash. And they do. So it's 4 damage to me, bringing me down to 5. So now we're tied up at 5 and 5. I am resting, so all the stuff goes back to my hand. And I get an energy. Shield bash is exhausted. At this point, I'm going to vanish. See what they do. They are going to try to concussive blow me. I block because I vanished. That there and that there. And then I get +1 damage. So I'm going to hope for good RNG and try to eviscerate them. I mean, regardless, I'm going to probably do 3 damage, but I might do 6. Nope, I didn't. But it would have been cool. So I play that. They deal 1 damage to me. I deal 3 damage to them, bringing them down to 2 health. Weapon's gone, so I can rest whenever. They only have a few cards left. Yeah, maybe I will rest. They're not going to execute. They can't. So what are they doing? Their ultimate they can't afford. Are we both just resting? That's kind of lame. Yeah. We're both resting, so I gain an energy. Stuff goes back to my hand. Get the cards back to my hand. And they're resting too. So energy for them. Cards to hand for them. Boom. And then this gets shuffled. Okay, this is pretty close. I have 4 health, they have 2. So I just need to try to finish this real fast. I could try to eviscerate. I could try to just block and then do something. I think I like that a little bit better because if they shield bash, they would win. And that's like one of their top cards. So I need to be cautious of that. So let's hope they do that now because that would be ideal. Their ultimate they can't use. So they're going to try to execute me. Luckily I blocked. Oh boy, this might not be good. We might just kill each other because I feel like they're going to shield bash next round and I'm going to do my eviscerate. And then that's going to be that, right? Let's see. I'm going to just do this. It's going to be for 3 damage. What are they doing? See, this is what I was saying. They're doing their shield bash. They exhaust this and we kill each other. How does that work? I mean, technically they have less health because health. Oh no. Well, they would, except their shield bash counters my eviscerate, so they win. Oh, so close. I knew they were gonna play shield bash, and I forgot it counters my eviscerate, so I probably shouldn't have played that. That's on me. That's on me. Dang. All right. Well, that was the assassin. Pretty fun character. I like the grim finale. It can be super handy. Especially if you wait to use it to your opponent doesn't have a lot of cards left, then yeah, pretty fun stuff. Reset the dial. I think I'll also change out the opponent again. I feel like we've been using the Guardian now for a little bit. Maybe not too long, but it's time for a change. Let me put them back, and I'm just gonna keep going down the line also for them, and just grab the Ocean Queen. So get the little deck of cards for them all sorted out real fast. It should only take a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I was just looking at this because some cards have like additional details about how they play. So I just noticed for human, I'm playing against the Ocean Queen. They won't change their pattern based on whatever I do, which is how I was playing it before. But I didn't realize for the Queen's Wrath, you draw another card, and that's the card they play as the first available symbol on that card that I can play is what they will choose. So that's good to know. I wasn't sure how that exactly would work. I would probably end up doing something like that anyway, but it's good to know that they do note that there. Got the Ocean Queen all here. Put her Royal Decree over there. And we gotta just hand of cards. Already gone over all of these, so I'm not gonna, but hopefully I don't get a lot of stuff banished. Next card is, who do we have next? For me to play, the Pallash, the Tyrant's Heir. So they are a 2-star, affinity of their strength card, and the description says switch between playing offensively and defensively at a pivotal moment to surprise your enemy. So this character is pretty cool. This one's definitely getting a little bit more advanced. So their ultimate is this passive ability, which is always active. So I think I can just go ahead and play that. And basically at the start of the game, I choose either Righteous or Tyranny. And then all the cards have Righteous or Tyranny effects. And then once per game, after abilities are selected, but before they're revealed, I can change my choice. So I start out as either Righteous or Tyranny. And then at some point during the game, I can switch from one to the other. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I really don't know which one's best to start out as. But let me go through some of the cards real fast, I guess. So First up, we got her strength card, Judgment, does 3 damage. It's a vulnerable card, so if it is countered, it's exhausted instead of going back to their hand. The Righteous ability is on hit, it heals 2, and the Tyranny ability is vicious. So if it counters an enemy ability, it does double damage. That's pretty vicious, all right. We got Suppress, deals 1 damage. Righteousness ability is on hit, enemy must exhaust an ability. Tyranny is Pierce, so if it's countered or blocked, it deals 1 unblockable damage. Her agility ability is Valor, dealing 1 damage. Righteousness side is Ready Your Shield. Tyranny side is Ready Your Weapon. Her weapon is Sever, the Tyrant's Blade. Righteousness side is +2 attack. Tyranny is Execute. So this one's pretty interesting. This weapon doesn't always execute. It only executes when you're in kind of Tyranny mode. So pretty cool. You got the Hope shield here. Blocks all damage, but Righteousness, if you block damage, heal 1. Or in Tyranny, if you block damage, deal 1 damage. And then Rest is Rest. So that's that. Pretty interesting set of cards and whatnot. The one thing that's kind of interesting about this character, and I don't know if any of the other Paragons are kind of like this, energy doesn't matter because her passive is always in play. It doesn't cost anything to play. The only thing you need energy for in this game is to use your ultimate. So she's one that doesn't really need to use her ultimate, which is kind of, not use her ult. Yeah, it doesn't need energy. So kind of weird, but I mean that in like a good way. So let's start. I'm going to start in Righteousness mode. So let me kind of look at my hand and think about what I want to do. I'm gonna start with a little bit of Suppress. I Suppress Intellect ability. Let's see what the Ocean Queen's gonna do. So she's right off the bat using her Queen's Wrath. Not only that, that will counter my Suppress on the very first card. Good start. They gain an energy. They deal 3 damage to me, bringing me down to 7. And I reveal the top card. So if I play Shield next round, I'm taking 2 damage. Okay, well, I guess I won't. I'm just going to play Suppress again, because now I know you can't counter it. So they're playing their Vice Grip Weapon. So they are dealing 1 damage to me, bringing me down to 6 already. I'm dealing a damage to them, bringing them down to 9. This is Exhausted. And my hit ability, since I am in Righteousness mode, says your enemy must exhaust an ability. So they go through their exhaust priorities. I believe it's left to right. Let me double check. Yeah, left to right. So they exhaust their Riptide first. And then looks like, where's the rest card? Okay, it's under there. It's real confused for a second. Okay. I'm gonna use my Judgment because I'm gonna need it here. Let's see, they don't have that, so they're playing this, which counters mine. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Everything they do, it seems like it counters my stuff. They're dealing 1 damage, and their ability doesn't matter because they have more HP than me. At this point, I'm going to try to just execute them, but I'm still in Righteousness mode, so I guess I'll... I don't even know what to do. Guess I'll go with that again, just in case they block damage. So they did. If they block damage, heal 1. Good for them. They're back up to max health. I didn't hit, so I don't do that. That was that. But they lose because, well, once per game after abilities are selected, but before they're revealed, you may change choice for the rest of the game. So I'm still in Righteousness mode. I'm going to go to Tyranny mode, play my weapon, and execute them for sleeping on the job. Get out of here. You done. Okay. GG. That was a little close. I was starting to get worried. Well, because they kept countering my stuff. Seemed like every time I wanted to do anything, they were like, nope, get countered. All right, let's set up a new game. Head back up here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Never fallen asleep at work? Wait, what? Oh, you don't want you're not gonna get executed for just falling asleep at the job. Yeah, no, this Ocean Queen was taking a big old nap, and Tyrant's Heir wasn't too happy about that, so they were being pretty righteous, but then they went in tyranny mode and just went off on the poor Ocean Queen. Okay, well, let's restart this. So I'm gonna start in righteousness mode again. I'm gonna try to suppress again as my first move. Let's see how this goes. So, okay. They're playing their weapon, both dealing 1 damage to each other. And then since I hit, they have to exhaust an ability. So they're exhausting their Riptide card. This gets exhausted. And then that's that. So then I will use Hope. I'm gonna try to block some damage because they're probably gonna, they might shield, but who knows. They did not. They were gonna try to use their Queen's Wrath on me. Well, I don't think so. I'm blocking that, and since I blocked, I heal a damage, bringing me back up to full health. How about that? You thought the character got executed for sleeping on the job? No, yeah, they basically did. Yeah, no, that's essentially what's happening. Yeah, I just forgotten I said that like a second ago. I was like, wait, what did he say? I was like, oh yeah, that guy was sleeping on the job. Yeah. Okay. So I healed up. So I'm back up to max health. They used their Queen Wrath. So I'm going to use my Valor. Mainly because they're probably going to use their Turn the Tide. I can block it. Nope. They are using their shield instead. So they're blocking damage. So they're back up to 10 health now. I still can ready this. And that goes there. And that goes there. I'm going to just go for the Tyrant's Blade. I'm going to stay in Righteousness mode. I'm not going to try to go for the Execution yet. Mainly because of that. So let's see. So nothing gets countered. They deal a damage. And I deal 3 damage. That's pretty good. Oh, and this is gonna be good because they're just gonna rest, so I know exactly what I can do is just use my judgment on them. I'm gonna judge them for resting on the job. I'm not gonna execute them this time. I'm just judging them for resting. So they get dealt 3 damage, bringing them down to 4, and then I heal 2, bringing me back up to full health. They rest, so they get energy back and all their cards to hand. Sort real fast here, and then they what else was it? Oh, I need to reshuffle the deck. That's right. I know I'm forgetting something else. Only like 2 things I have to do. Okay, so this is going good. I'm at still full health. They're only at 4. I'm liking this, but now I'm not in a super good position where I only have 2 cards in hand. And one of them's a rest. And this is really a position you don't want to be in the game because the position I'm in, it always favors the attacker whenever there's like a 50-50 chance, kind of. You have to, I guess, when I signed up, I demoed this game at Gen Con. I gave them my email and I'm on like their mailing list now. And they actually sent out a pretty cool email week or so ago about like the end game state where you like have 2 cards in your hand to like the probability of each and kind of how it all works out. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna rest because if not, then they will 100% execute me. But let's hope the odds are good that they're not gonna try to execute me. No, we're good. Okay, they are got Queen's Wrath, which isn't like ideal. Still losing 3 health, but let's see what card they're gonna choose. So they're like, oh, if I use my shield, they're gonna be mad. So I have to keep that in mind. I get energy, but like, what can I do with the energy? Nothing. That's what I can do with it. A whole lot of nothing. So use their Queen's Wrath, so that's gone. At this point, I'll try to suppress them again. I guess I'll use my judgment. No. Let me use my Tyrant's Blade. So they're blocking all my damage and they're just dealing 1 back. So I'm down to 6. That goes over here, that goes over here. Okay, well, let me use my judgment and hope they don't counter it, I guess. That's all I can do, and they're countering it. So they play their intellect card, intellect counters that. They get more energy, and they can now use their ultimate, which isn't good. They deal with damage, and then since they started the round with less HP than me, they get 2 healths, and they're now above me in health at this point. They're up to 6. This is not good. Now they can't block my judgment, so I'm gonna do it. Well, they could still with a shield. Son of... This sucks. How do they always have all their cards on them? So they block damage, heal 1. They're just slowly healing their way back up to max, and I'm just like spinning here. I think this also technically would have been exhausted earlier, but whatever, because it's vulnerable and it was exhausted. It was countered, so it should have been exhausted instead of back to my hand. Whatever. That goes there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm about to go tyranny mode here in a second, but I wanted to heal up more before doing that, but I don't. I guess I'll use my hope ability. Oh boy. Well, there goes my shield because they are using their Royal Decree. Royal Decree is that no more shield for me. No shield for me. All right. Well, I'm gonna rest. Let's hope they don't rest, because then I would win. We'll see. If they play their Riptide card, I win. Nope. Okay, so they are also resting. So I gained some more energy, even though it's kind of pointless for this character, but whatever. Still do it. And then they also rest. Boom, and then they gain their energy. And then I shuffle the deck. Okay. A little bit more on screen here. They have 7 health still. Like, that's kind of a lot. I'm gonna use my judgment. Start with that. See what... Hopefully they don't play their agility card. No, they're just blocking me again. Getting tired of being blocked like this. So they deal 1 damage to me with their Turn the Tide. I deal 3 damage. They're at least down to 5, but still not the best. I will go ahead and rest. Hopefully they don't try to execute me. They almost did. Queen's Wrath, that's no good. Bumps me down to 1 health, and they don't want me using my agility card. Fine by me. Give me my rest back. I can't use my agility. Well, I could, but then bad stuff would happen. I'm gonna try to use my... I'm gonna go tyranny mode for sure. I'm going tyranny mode right now. So they are playing there. Are they resting? Oh no. Yeah, they are resting, aren't they? Because that's exhausted. That's exhausted. Yeah, they're resting. Shoot. Okay. Well, I did deal 1 damage, so they're down to 4, but then they're resting, so they get all their cards back, get another energy, so their ultimate's back online and ready to go again. And my suppress really didn't do much, so not a good turn. I gotta hope they play their agility card, because then I win. No. They win. They dealt a damage with their weapon, and that's it. Shoot. Okay. Well, let's reshuffle and retry this. I felt like, I don't know, it didn't go terribly, but it was very back and forth. Like, I felt like I had a really good lead there for a while, and then they just kept healing and blocking and healing and blocking. Ridiculous. And they banished my shield. That was kind of rude, but I guess it was their royal decree to do so. So I think that was only the first game with this. That was a bit of a longer one then. That was just all one game. This paladin, not paladin, this Pallash. How many more level 2 characters do I have? 2 more. I'll probably at least play through both of those. I don't know if I'll get to the level 3 ones today. Might be a bit of a shorter stream, just because I'm flying through these characters. Let me finish resetting this. 10 and 0. All the cards. All right. Oh, no. Gen Z's asleep on the chair next to me. She's all curled up. Wish I could like turn the camera to show you, but nah, she's chilling. I'm not gonna pick her up because she'll probably be all mad about that. So, new game. Okay. I'm gonna start up in righteousness mode again, and I'll start with the suppress again. That seems like a good opener because it can hit, make them exhaust stuff, and that'll give me better stuff to like work with. So, whoops. I'm just gonna shuffle that because I saw the card underneath. That's that. Okay, so they are starting with Queen's Wrath. I should have known. I don't know why I'm surprised whenever they lead with Queen's Wrath. That's their main card, and then it always counters my card. I should just be thinking about this, and I'm not. So they're dealing 3 damage. The little counter. Three damage, and then I flip a card to see what they say I can't use. So my shield. Shield I can't use. I'd be interested to know which one is your favorite when you're through all of them. Yeah, I'll definitely touch on that at the end. I do like a lot of them though. I guess I haven't really played the 3-star ones. The 1-star ones are pretty solid. The 2-star ones, like this one's pretty different. Like the double abilities and all that. See, I'll definitely touch on that towards the end, but for the most part, I like all the ones I've played. The Pyromancer is maybe my least favorite just because it seems a little kind of generic, but it also doesn't have any healing, so it's more like offensive style. So yeah, there are a lot of cool ones. And like I said, this is only the original box. I think there's at least 4 other expansion boxes currently out. maybe 5, and they each have like 10 characters. So there's a bunch more characters, and each box like changes them a little bit more. So like one of the boxes you can like combine cards, so like it's like a robot themed, or one of them's like a dungeons and like a fantasy like RPG theme. So instead of energy, it's like character levels, and as you level up your character, your abilities get stronger. So there's some cool things for sure. I think one of the sets doesn't have any blocking cards, and they just have, you have another one of these cards, so you're just like it's a lot more like damaging focused. Yeah, I like these base ones. So well, I guess I can use my suppress now because I know they won't counter me. This is the third card. Okay. So they're just, well, they're not countering me. They're gonna block me. So they're healing damage, just wasting my card. Feel like a fool. I think I already flipped a card. Whatever. I think I might mess that up, but whatever. Okay, well, I'm gonna block then because I know they're gonna do some crazy stuff. They're gonna try to use their sword. Okay, their weapon. So they're dealing. They would deal 1 damage, but I blocked it. If I block a damage, I can actually heal 1, so I'm up to 8, which is not bad. Okay. I'll try to play my Valor to try to block their intellect card if they play that. They did try to play that, so I countered it, gained some energy, which I don't really care about the energy. I mainly care about just countering it. And I can also ready my shield, which is pretty neat. So I will do that, and I'll probably just play my shield, I guess. They're playing their intellect card, so I block it. Since I blocked it, I heal damage. There we go. I'm back up to 9 health. Okay. I feel like I'm getting this game a little bit more under control now. So they only have 2 cards left, so I'm going to go for the attack. Go for the execute. See if I can catch them sleeping on the job. Maybe. You're going to be resting, you're going to be fighting. Oh, they are not fighting. They are resting. And because of that, they're executed. They're done. They're out of here. They're fired. Okay. Another game down. That was another win. That went pretty good. We were both almost at full health. All right, let me shuffle this. And I think I'll do one more with this character, and then I'll switch off to whoever's next. That there. Dials are reset. He's back here. Okay. All right, so this time I'm gonna think with my brain here. And that since their affinity card is their Queen's Wrath, that they're almost guaranteed gonna play first turn, that I should play my Judgment card to counter that. So I think that's where I've been messing up, is trying to like set myself up with this suppress card, or maybe trying to block with hope. I think I just need to judge them, use my Judgment card, and they're gonna try to use Queen's Wrath against me, hopefully, so that I can block it and deal a lot of damage. Let's see. There it is. So yeah, they try to play Queen's Wrath. I block it, and I deal 3 damage. And I would normally heal too if I was low in health, but we just started this round, so that goes over here. And next up, I think they're probably gonna try to shield. I guess I could also try to shield. Maybe I just rest, because I feel like they're gonna shield next. There's no way they're gonna execute, so I'm just gonna, yeah, see, there's the shield. So then I just rest and get my Judgment back. They don't really do anything except waste their shield, which is awesome. Okay. I'm gonna go Judgment again, because I feel like they're gonna try to Queen's Wrath me again. I just feel it. No, this time they're going their Intellect card, which is gonna counter my card. They get an energy. And then they deal a damage, and since they started the round with less HP than me, they gain 2, so we're both at 9 energy. All right, now I'm using my Judgment. I don't care. So they're dealing 1 damage to me. I'm dealing 3 damage to them. And then my ability, since I did hit, heals me 2 damage up to 10. Judgment will be exhausted, and that is exhausted. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go with my suppress ability to try to get a counter in. See, they're playing their fight ability, which mine does counter, so that goes back to their hand. I would gain an energy, which doesn't really matter, but I guess I'll still do it. And then they must exhaust an ability, so they have to exhaust their Riptide. Nice. This is over here now, and now I'm going to try to execute them. Let's see if this works out in my favor or not. So I'll play this. They play that. Nope, they are Queens wrathing me. So we're both doing 3 damage to each other. And then they have to pick a symbol for me to not play. So let's see. Okay, if I play my agility card, I will take 2 damage. Which I'm not, because we're both just going to rest at this point. I don't even need to flip the card, so I won't, because we're just resting. So we both rest. And let's see, gains an energy. And this gets shuffled in there. I gain an energy. Rest goes back to my hand, and we're on our way. Okay, so since we both just rested, I feel like they're going to try to go with the old Queen's Wrath, so I'm going to try to judge them for that. Let's see if it works out. Oh, that's bad. They're using their Royal Decree, so not only did they block all damage, but they're using their Royal Decree to banish this card. They say, get out of here. And with that, my judgment be gone to the underground, or upside down, underground. To the upside down. Rip. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to bullhawk and hope for the best. There we go. Okay, so now they're playing their Queen's Wrath. I block and heal 1 damage because of that. Not bad, not bad. That counters this, so I'm going to play this now to try to counter their fight ability. They didn't play that. They played their shield. They blocked damage, so they do get to heal 1. My hit ability doesn't go off, so that's that. I will go ahead and attack with my weapon, I guess. They play this. So I deal 3 damage, bringing them down to 1, and they deal 1 damage, bringing me down to 7. And then since they did hit and they started the round with less than health than me, they're back up to 3. I'm gonna go Tyranny mode. I'm switching at this point because I'm gonna play Valor. They're playing their weapon, which is good. I went Tyranny mode, so we're both dealing 1 damage. I'm down to 6. They're down to 2. That's gone. And because I went Tyranny, I can ready my weapon. And then it will now execute them if they do rest. So let's see if they are. They are not. Shoot. So they're playing the Riptide. I'm still dealing 1 damage, but they're dealing a damage as well. And then they deal an extra damage because of their banished ability, and they get to heal 1 because of that banished card. That's a shame. And so we both just rest at this point. Not much there else to do. Get a bit of extra energy, which doesn't matter for me, but we'll take it anyway. Then they get an energy, their cards back to their hand. And then they also gain energy, don't they? So they can use their Royal Decree again already? This ain't good. Right, so I am in Tyranny mode, and there's no going back from that. So I'm going to try to... No. I need to try to shield, I think, is my first move, because they'll probably get Queen's Wrath me, and I want to block that. See, there we go. I'm getting better. I'm learning. So they try to attack me. I block that. So I deal an unblockable damage, because now I'm in Tyranny mode, which is great. And now I just need to deal 1 damage, which is pretty easy to do. I just play this, and well, they could block. Oh, well, I play this then. And this is a guaranteed win. Because watch. They play whatever. Oh, okay, guess not. No, this is, well, blockable damage dealt to you this round. If it's blocked or countered, deal 1 unblockable damage. It says banish the ability they played this round. So I think they would banish this, but I killed them right as they were doing that. That was close. That was a good game. All right, another one down. So that was Pallash. She's pretty cool. I like their character. It's an interesting kind of idea of just like having all your cards that have 2 different abilities, and at some point you got to switch. Pretty cool. I still have 2 more 2 stars. Yeah, I'll play through both of these, and then I might wrap up stream a little bit early tonight, but not nothing too crazy. But yeah, let me reset this over here first, and then I'll go over this new character's abilities. We'll keep playing against the Ocean Queen for now. It's a pretty interesting one. I think next character, is it the last one? Next one's the last one. Whoa. Maybe I will switch off this just to switch it up a little bit more. Give me a second. So let me switch this Ocean Queen out for someone else cooler. I say cooler. Ocean Queen is probably my favorite character, so we'll just keep moving down the line to have me fight the Pyromancer next. Let's place that there. Let's go over here. Rest that and that. Two, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, there we go. New characters deck all set up. Get this shuffled as we play against the Pyromancer. I'm curious to see how playing against them, if they'll be any different, any better. Who knows? The dial's all reshuffled, not reshuffled, reset. Trying to get this all lined up. There we go. Get the cards over here. So I'm gonna be playing as Penelope the Monk. I don't think I've played as them before, so this might go poorly. They have the ultimate ability. Well, I'll save the ultimate. I like saving that towards the end. Okay, so their abilities include well, I guess let me do this first. Penelope the Monk is an advanced character. Their affinity is their agility abilities, and their description reads: play rest 5 times to win. If your opponent tries to execute you with their weapon, punish them. So that's what Penelope the Monk is all about. So their agility affinity card is their Snap Kick, deals 2 damage if your enemy played and their weapon +3 attack. Pretty crazy. We got Meditate, doesn't do any damage, it just heals 2. And if I take no damage this round, heal 1 more. Pretty sweet. Faint doesn't deal any damage. It has vulnerable and stun. So if it's countered, it's exhausted, or if it counters an ability, that ability is exhausted. And all this does is ready this ability. So it's, yeah, mainly just a way to try to counter stuff, I guess. I have the dodge shield. If you block damage, heal 1. If your enemy played a weapon, heal 1. Pretty good. The fifth path, my weapon deals 1 damage. Block damage dealt to you by weapons abilities this round. So yeah, any damage by weapons blocked. This also has execute. And then finally, my ultimate is transcendence. So I only gain energy by placing my rest. And when I have 5 energy and survive the round, I win the game. So kind of has like almost a different like end condition. Kind of a weird character. I'm excited to try him though. So let's see how the monk does against the pyromancer, I guess. Let me get these a little bit more organized and straight here. Okay, here we go. First thing I'm going to do is rest. I gotta rest 5 times to win, so of course I'm gonna rest right off the bat. Let's see what they're doing first. And they're executing me right off the bat. Well, good game. All right, stream's over. No, I'm just joking. That sucks though. I guess that's what I get for trying to first turn rest, is they first turn execute me. Well, that was a quick game. All right, new game. I'm first turn resting. I don't learn from my mistakes. Let's see if they execute me again. They do. I need to stop doing this. Maybe I need to stop resting until they actually play their execute card. All right, I gotta do a new strategy because that's 2 games in a row that I've lost within the last like minute. Let's retry this. Okay, I'm resting again. I don't care. There we go. I was like, 3rd time's the charm. It has to work. So they're playing their Burning Grasp. They're just dealing a damage. Bringing me down to 9, and I gain an energy from resting. And that goes there. Okay, I'm playing my Snap Kick because they're probably gonna try to execute me again. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So they do that. So they deal 2 damage to me. But I'm gonna deal 5 damage to them. Sucks to suck, man. Sucks to suck. Snap Kick comes to my exhausted pile over here. Okay. What else can I do? I'm gonna just block, I guess. Yeah. Let's see what they do. They're doing their intellect card of Chaotic Flames, which would hurt. It's a lot of damage, but I blocked it all, so I will just heal 1. Dodging their Chaotic Flames. I need to... Oh, they already played their execute, so I'm definitely gonna rest. I must have missed that. Oh, and they're also resting, so that's fair enough. Okay, so I'll do my rest first. I'm up to 2 energy. Once I get to 5, I win. I just need to be quicker about this. They get... their 1 energy. Rest goes back to their hand. This goes back over here. They have their ultimate now, which is online since they already have... It only takes 1 energy to get it running. So they can disintegrate me whenever they want. But let's see if I can either get the energy I need or try to just win before then. So, okay, what is their affinity? Their affinity is the green card, which I could counter with my Snap Kick. Snap Kick seems like a good lead. That's not what I wanted to see, because that means they're countering me. Shoot. So they play that. That counters my card. They get an energy for countering. And that just deals 1 damage. Okay. Cool. Fun stuff. Love that. I'm just gonna go for Snap Kick again. At this point, it's not gonna get countered. It could get blocked. Okay, so they try to play an intellect card. I counter that. I don't get energy from that, but I still deal 2 damage. They're down to 3. I'm going to try to just do a block because I'm thinking they're going to play their weapon. They are not. They're playing their Scarring Cinders. I'm still blocking. I can't heal this round because of that, though, so we're just chilling. I'm going to go for my Meditate and try to heal up. Cool. They're using their weapons, so I can rest next round pretty safely. I heal 2, but I'm taking a damage, so I just heal 1. Yeah, and then that's that. So at this point, I am safe to rest again because they can't execute me. Oof, Chaotic Flames does +2 damage if I play to rest, which I did, so that brings me down to 3 health. I am resting though, so I'm up to 3 energy. Just need to rest 2 more times before I can win. Would you look at this? They don't have any weapons or anything ready, so I'm just gonna rest again. What are they doing? They are playing their ultimate and killing me. They disintegrated me. GG. Hydrate reminder. Thanks, Stream Elements. For once, this is actually kind of working, these reminders. Crazy. I will get more of them working soon, but right now, hydrate reminder is pretty good. Okay, well, I lost. I like this monk, though. This seems pretty interesting. Reset it back to 10. Let's reset all of this. Okay. I'm gonna start out by resting. Let's hope they don't first turn execute me again. All right, cool. But they are doing the Chaotic Flames, which is gonna take me down to half health on the first turn, which is not great. But I get one of my energies. That's something. Alright, I'm gonna use my dodge because I think they're gonna play their weapon. They are not. They're playing Scarring Cinders, which I'm blocking, but normally I'd be able to heal, but they prevented that with their ability. I guess I can use my Meditate. Hopefully they play their shield. They did not. So they're dealing a damage to me, but I'm healing 2, so I'm up to 6. Exhausting that. They played their weapons, so I'm safe to rest if I want to, which I think I do want to. What are they gonna do? They are shielding themselves. Good for you. Doesn't do anything for you. I'm resting, so I get another energy. I'm up to 2 out of 5. Gotta at least get 1 win with this monk. I'm getting to like the energy way. I don't want to like execute or take them down. I want to just win this way. It's a new way to win. That's pretty cool. I guess I could just rest again. I'm pretty safe to do that. They're using their Burning Grasp. Just deals 1 damage to me. I'm resting again, so I'm up to 3 energy. And I mean, technically, I could win right here. They only have a rest card. I have my weapon. I could execute them. But I kind of want to win with the Transcendence. So I'm going to just keep playing. I'm going to rest again. They're going to rest. I gain an energy. Rest goes back to my hand. They keep their rest and get all their cards back. They gain an energy and I reshuffle their deck. So I let them off the hook this time, but we'll see if it was worth it. Maybe it'll come back to bite me. Because I only have 5 health, but they could do 5 damage on one turn. They already did it once, so I need to be a little cautious. But also, if I rest once, I win. So I'm gonna play it safe, play my shield, and try to wait out for their weapon to be played first. Their Burning Grasp, they deal an unblockable damage, but I also heal, so it all evens out. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna meditate because that seems like a good idea. Okay, there's their weapon. That's good, but they're actually going to use their ultimate instead. So they're dealing 3 damage, but I'm healing 2, so I'm only losing 1 damage. That's pretty good. They still have their weapon, but my meditate is gone. I'm gonna play my weapon in case they play theirs. Dang. Just scared of their weapon. I don't want to play. I'm glad I didn't rest there, or else I would have lost. I'm still down to 1 health, which isn't good. And I dealt 1 damage to them, so they're at 9 health. This is the first damage I've done this game, but I'm not trying to like win like that. I guess I've got to just go for it. I'm gonna try to rest. Hopefully they don't execute me. And they did. They saw right through my play, and they saw I was gonna go for that rest win. Even though I let him win, I could have killed him earlier, but I wanted to do the cool win. Dang. Well, that was the monk. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Wish I could have got a win with them, but it's all right. Maybe next time. We'll put them back and grab. I think this will be the final character I will play today, the Illusionist. So let me real quick reset the Pyromancer stuff, and then I will go through the cards for this character here. Am I missing stuff? Wait, where's their weapon? Did I just put it away by accident? I think I did. Put it in the wrong deck for some reason. Yeah, it's nice that the cards have like a different background, so it's pretty easy to tell if you get cards mixed up like that. Yeah, I just put that in the wrong pile of cards. Okay, so that gets reset, and this gets reset, and these get reshuffled. All right. So play a couple more games real quick here with the Illusionist. So I guess I'll read the back of their card. They're another advanced class. Their affinity is their intelligence ability. And the description reads, deceit and outwit your opponent with mind games and then use their abilities against them. So maybe I'll have to read that here in a second because that has stuff about the AI. So, okay, that's a little bit about the Illusionist. Let me reset this also. Now quickly go over their cards. So, their agility ability is Phantasm. Does 2 damage, and on hit, your enemy may exhaust an ability. If they don't, I can ready my intelligence ability, which is pretty cool. Shimmer does 1 damage, has a stun ability or effect. So if I counter an ability with this, they exhaust it. And then also on hit, I heal 1. Pretty nice. I guess this order is kind of whack here. So Battle of Wits. This is kind of the main card in the Illusionist deck. This one's kind of weird. Because listen to this, okay? Damage, it's a question mark. And why is that? Well, secretly, I choose a number between 1 and 4. Enemy guesses the number. If they guess incorrectly, deal that much unblockable damage. Pretty cool card. I say so. Yeah. It's weird. And see, this is why like this class is more advanced, because you get weird cards like that. But yeah. Then you have Illusionary Barrier. So if you don't block any damage, ready this ability. So it's pretty cool. So you don't really waste it. Twin Realities, weapon. It's just a weapon. Doesn't deal any damage. Doesn't have any abilities. It's just a weapon to execute. And then finally, the ultimate ability is Replicate. Only costs 1 energy. This ability copies the damage and effect of the ability your enemy played this round. If this ability would come exhausted, store it instead. And that's that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So, and then what was, wait, the Phantasm. What was that card again? If your enemy may exhaust an ability. If they don't, I ready my thing. This says, if your spell is exhausted, the AI will choose to an exhausted ability. Unless doing so would leave them with only a rest card. Makes sense. Okay. All right, let's see how the Illusionist can do. I guess let's start with their ultimate exhausted, stored away. And let's see, their affinity is their green cards. Maybe I'll start with Phantasm to see what they start with. Okay, we're both starting with this. So we're both dealing 2 damage to each other. And then the hit ability doesn't matter. Go for my fist ability. They're playing this. This counters this. So this goes back to my hand. They get an energy. And then they deal 3 damage, bringing me down to 5. I'm gonna play my Battle of Wits card. They play their Burning Grasp, which I counter with my card. I get an energy. Choose a number between 1 and 4. Okay, so I just need to find a D4. Hold on, I kind of have one nearby. I guess not. Wait. Give me 1 second. All right, got a D4. Well, it's the, in my opinion, the best kind of D4s, which is the D4 that's a D12, because I don't really like the pyramid D4s. And I've seen some other weird shaped ones, which I do like better than just like the pyramid ones, but I like the D12s a lot. So this D4 is like my favorite type. But okay, so Battle of Wits, I secretly choose a number between 1 and 4. Your enemy guesses the number. If they guess incorrectly, deal that much unblockable damage. I'm gonna go big here. I'm gonna go 4. They did not. So if they guess incorrectly, deal that much unblockable damage. So they guessed 1. That was incorrect, so they take 1 damage. That's how I'm reading that. I believe that's how that works. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just do some shielding, because I don't know what they're doing next. I'm kind of... Okay, we're both just shielding against each other. And if I don't block any damage, I ready this ability, so that's kind of nice. I'll go for Shimmer to try to heal some as well. They're using their weapons, so we're both dealing 1 damage to each other. But I guess I shouldn't have dealt that because I'm also healing, so cool. Their weapon is done. But they could be resting, so I'm gonna try to go for the Execute if they try to rest. And they did. It's a fool's move. 2 cards left, saving your rest till the end. Yeah. Nice try, Pyromancer. Nice try. GG. Let's reset this. All right. I didn't even get to use my ultimate yet. I gotta at least use my ultimate once. I'll probably play at least 2 more games. At least. Then I'll probably wrap it up. So that starts exhausted. All these are back to my hand. These go and go over here. Reset this dial. Okay, I'm gonna start out with my Battle of the Wits. I'm gonna start out with this time. Let's see what they do. So they play their fight card, which I counter, so I automatically get an energy. I choose a number between 1 and 4. I'm gonna guess, or I'm gonna say 1. So they say 4. So they take 4 damage. That's how I'm interpreting this. I hope I'm doing that right. I think there's, I should probably look up to be sure how you do that, but I think that's how you do it. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to do this now to get that ready again, to do it again. They play their intellect card and I counter it. Man, I'm countering all their stuff this time. Now they know how it feels. They're down to 4 health. And then your enemy may exhaust an ability. So they will, I think they just go down the priority, right? Yeah. So they would just exhaust this card. So that means I don't get to ready my Battle of the Wits. Dang. All right, I'm gonna try to just block because I feel like they're gonna use your weapon soon, and then I want to try to rest. So they're playing their Scarring Cinders, so I just block that. Pretty simple. I don't want to try to... I'm just gonna go for my Twin Realities because I don't know what else to do. I feel like they're gonna use their weapon soon. I'm scared. I don't want to rest, but at the same time, I'm waiting too long. They're gonna execute me, so I don't do anything. They deal 3 damage, bringing me down to 7. Guess I gotta rest. I don't know what else to do. They might execute me. Yep, they did. Dang. All right, one more game. Let's see if I can get a win this last game. Can't believe they executed me. It's always the gamble, waiting longer, but I was trying to wait out for them to play their weapon, but then they didn't, and then they waited till I had like no cards. So that sucks. One more game to end this session and stream out. So reset all the dials, reset all of this, get all the cards back to my hand, and let's begin with the Battle of Wits again, because that is a cool card. They play that, their fist card, which gets countered. I get some energy. I'm going to say 3 is my number. They guessed 2. They guessed incorrectly, so they're taking 2 damage. Sucks to suck, man. Guess what I'm going to do? Bet you won't guess. It's Phantasm. They try to play their intelligence. I counter it again, so I get another energy. I deal 2 damage, and then they are going to exhaust their fight card, so I don't ready up my card. Already down to 6, which is pretty great. I'm going to shield block whatever they do next. That is their intelligence, so I'm glad I did that. That would have been 3 damage, which I did not want to take. I'm going to play my rest. Hopefully they don't execute me this early. They did. Oh, man. Well, it was a valiant effort by the Illusionist, but yeah, unfortunately, that is a loss. So yeah, I think that is going to be my last round of this for today. So I guess I'll quickly kind of give my final thoughts here on this game. So overall, I am really impressed with this game. I saw this was listed for demo at Gen Con. I had never heard of it, but I saw it was asymmetrical, which I love, and it was fast paced. I was like, it plays quickly, so I'm like, that sounds cool. And yeah, it just interested me, so I was like, well, let me check it out. I played it at Gen Con, and I was like, this is really cool. I gotta grab myself a copy. One thing, I didn't even mention this at the beginning, and I think this is honestly a really, really cool feature that I should have mentioned earlier, is that normally when you play the game, you know, you have your 7 cards in hand. You can play this game without a table. So the one guy example is like, if you're just like standing in line with a friend, what you could do is you both have your hand of cards, and then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna play this card. You know, you go 3, 2, 1, you reveal it, and then it's exhausted by just putting it in your hand like upside down, and then those are your exhausted cards. Obviously, it doesn't play exactly the same. You're not gonna have as much table space, but using these little counters, just like putting them in your pocket or something like that, or just like having them in one hand and then just kind of like playing through, play your card, flip it, and you like just, you know, have this like in your hand under your cards, and you're just like keeping track of it along the way. You can play this game without a table, which I think is pretty cool. So I figured I had to mention that. But overall, I think this is a really neat little game. I am definitely glad I picked it up. There are other expansions and sets kind of available for this, which I absolutely intend to pick up at some point. Especially, I want to grab the Aegis one, which is like the robots expansion, which has cards that you like can morph together to make like other cards. They have, I think it's their Acquisitions Incorporated expansion, which is like a fantasy one where the energy isn't really energy, it's more your character's levels. And as you level your character up more throughout the game, their abilities get better. That sounds really cool. Their newest one is like the Space Alliance or whatever. I forget what the theme of it is, but it's like a space themed, which looks really cool. So I'm definitely planning on getting more of this. I think this is cool. I got the base box because I want to get the original, and also this is the one that comes with the solo mode. Comes with all these different characters. The only characters I didn't get to play were the 3-star ones, which is the Bard and the Time Bender. So I'll maybe have to save this for another time. Also with the solo mode, I should just quickly mention that there is another game mode that's called this Gauntlet mode, and this Gauntlet mode is the really only way you can kind of get some deck building in the game. And what's pretty cool is it gives you like the 3 characters to go against, and then pretty much how it works is I forget if you win or lose, but pretty much it's like you have a team of 3 and the AI has a team of 3, and if you lose like one of your characters, I believe it's like you could take a card from that character you lose with and put it into another deck. So it's like if you start with the Pyromancer and you lose with the Pyromancer, you take one of the Pyromancer's cards and put it into swap it out for another card in someone else's deck. I haven't played the Gauntlet mode yet, but it sounds pretty interesting. But yeah, so overall, I think it's pretty cool. Looked like a pretty great game. Thanks for playing it today. Yeah, no problem. I definitely enjoyed this. And as you can see, it's really quick and simple. But there is, especially like with some of the more advanced characters, like there's some strategy for sure. So overall, my favorite characters, because KDK asked earlier. So I would say that the Ocean Queen is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, just because I love the ability that their whole thing relies around you're kind of blocking healing, but then also the whole banishment of just taking cards and removing them from the game. When your deck is only 7 cards, just removing 1 card is huge, especially if it's like one of the ability cards that you just take out their fist card. So now you know you can play your agility cards without ever being countered again because their strength card is just gone. So I think Ocean Queen is probably my favorite. Pyromancer is probably my least favorite. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of them. Paladin and the Guardian they're pretty good. They play kind of similar. The Assassin I kind of liked, and honestly, the Tyrant's Heir I liked quite a bit. And it was my first time playing the Monk, but I really liked the Monk. I wasn't great with them, but I thought it was interesting with their extra little win condition. But yeah, that's Pocket Paragons and kind of my final thoughts on it. So let me switch over to my just chatting screen real fast here. Let's do a little bit of just chatting. All right, and like always, I will go ahead and tease out what will be upcoming on the channel this upcoming week. So Tuesday, I will have an RPG playthrough video, this time doing something a little bit different. Grab it. It's just laying on the table here, so I'll just grab it so I can kind of show you. Talk about it. Hold on. So yeah, this Tuesday, I will be doing an RPG playthrough of this game called Dreams and Machines. So this is a new game by Modifius, who also does a bunch of RPGs, specifically like the Fallout one that I've played is by Modifius. And this is their new one. This is the quick start guide. I picked this up at Gen Con. It's pretty, it's a quick start guide. So it just has the basic rules, has like a mini adventure in the back. It has some pre-generated characters and whatnot. So I'm gonna be kind of covering this. This is gonna be kind of a weird video because it's gonna be kind of a playthrough, but mostly just me talking about this. But I'm gonna kind of go through the rules, talk about the game, and then I'm gonna use the pre-generated characters in the back of this, and I'm gonna play a little one-shot adventure I made. I'm probably not gonna play a whole adventure, just part of it, just so you can get an idea of the system and how it plays. I think the setting seems really cool. I haven't really got to play the game yet, but it'll be kind of a first experience on Tuesday when I do it. So that will be coming on Tuesday. And I will note, this is like a quick start guide I picked up at Gen Con. I also have another one of these for this game called Dragonbane. I'm planning on maybe doing another type of video that I do like for this maybe at some point, if people are interested in seeing it. This is another game I picked up a quick start guide from. This is by Free League, and this is more of a fantasy kind of traditional RPG. I believe this is a reboot or like a reprinting of some older Swedish game, I believe. So if there's interest, and if people like this video that I do with this quick start guide, I might do another one where I kind of cover the rules of this and do like a mini one shot to kind of show off the system a little bit. So the Dreams and Machines one is though the one that is coming on Tuesday. On Thursday, I would normally be doing my series playthrough, but I'm still kind of doing a bit of a break right now. So that will be starting up. I'm planning on beginning of next month or sometime next month. I'll be starting up my new series for Thursdays, but for now, nothing on Thursday. And then next solo gaming Sunday stream will be Cascadia, right up here. I got this a while back, and I haven't played it yet, surprisingly. It's been on my shelf of shame for a little bit, but I've heard many, many good things about it, which is why I picked it up, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So that is what next Sunday will be. So as a recap, Tuesday will be Dreams and Machines quick start preview and kind of playthrough, and then next Sunday will be Solo Gaming Sunday Cascadia Edition. And that's all I got. That's what's upcoming this week, and should be a good time. But had a lot of fun with Pocket Paragons. Looking forward to the Dreams and Machines game. It has like a pretty cool setting. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with the rules yet, and it's also just the quick start guide, so it doesn't have all the rules. So I'm gonna be going to it kind of not knowing all the rules. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, in Cascadia, still learning the rules for, but I haven't played it yet, and it seems like a lot of fun. So looking forward to trying that out, but should be a fun time. Looking forward to it for sure. Yeah, Cascadia. Yeah, I'm excited to play. I've heard many, many good things. Hope you have a great week too, KDK. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Thank you everybody else who's been watching this stream, either watching it in the future or came by and stopped by live. That always is a fun time chatting with people and whatnot. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next week, I'll see you. Hope y'all have a good week. See you Tuesday for some Dreams and Machines. The next Sunday was some Cascadia.